Nobody told me adulthood would be this stressful. It really is stressful. In fact, I'm waking up from sleep and I had to record this particular episode. Welcome to My Life Continues Everyday podcast. I am Amanda Elo and I really want to sleep.
My life
will continue every day.
My life continues every day.
Well, my life continues every day.
We move.
My life continues every day with Amanda Elo.
Okay, don't mind me. I was sleeping and it occurred to me that I had not done anything on My Life Continues Every Day. Ooh. I mean, you just talked about consistency the other time. Why do you want to fall hands? Want to put your ancestors to shame, Amanda? And I said, okay, nah, I have to do something. Oh, other than the fact that I could breeze in and out of my house the way I did last week, adulthood is really stressful. Oh, I went to see my parents, it's been like 3 months since I last saw them and they didn't expect me. I just zoomed in and my mom looked at me and she said, "Is this you?" I said, "Yes, it's me, your baby girl." I mean, she looked at me for close to, like a minute. It's not an exaggeration. She looked at me. She wanted to be sure it was me. She didn't see it coming. It was just the phone calls and messages and stuff. And she did not imagine because I had told them not now. I would have to settle in my new place first before I come over to see people. Well, part of the things I say is calm about adulthood. But if I was able to say the next day, I didn't even stay 24 hours. Oh my God. And I stood up and I said, hey, I'd be going because I've got work. And honestly, I had work. If I had not returned at the time, I returned, I would have missed the program and that's query for me. And nobody wants to be queried, But deep down in my heart of hearts, I really wanted to stay back and be pampered by my mommy, my daddy. But I'm big now, yeah? No, it's okay. It's not depressing. It's not as depressing as it sounds. Because I still have the privilege of doing so many beautiful things, like leaving your house for 3 months, just like that, because you're a big girl, Leaving your house like that, because you want to go and look for one thing or the other. Of course, they knew where I went to, my parents, but, it was really not easy for them. It wasn't. But then adulthood, that's another advantage. They know you know what you're doing, or at least they think for your sake you know what you're doing. I hope I know what I'm doing, by the way. So today I'm sharing a story of a friend. All I can say is this is a very strong lady. This is not to make her suppress whatever she feels at any point in time just because I called her a strong lady. No. I'm saying that she's an epitome of God's miracle and glory. I have seen her handle situations that ordinarily I'm not sure how I would go about them. She's a strong person. She's an amazing person. She is smart. She is beautiful. And she has shared her story once on this platform. Maybe you want to listen to episode 6 again. Then you'd connect the voice. Yes. So she's going to share another story. This one sounds like a testimony to me. And I'm glad she was able to tell this particular story because there are people who need it. People who are going through this phase. People in school who are stuck. Especially when it comes to dues, school fees, or anything. Even people who are yet to renew their house rent. People who are stuck in some really messy financial zone. This particular story is for you. I'm not saying it will happen the way it happened for her, but I want you to know that miracles happen every day. Trust God. Trust your instinct and be calm. Every storm will eventually pass. I pray it leaves us in one piece. And I hope our impatience and fear does not scatter us and maybe throw us off balance even before whatever it is that we're scared of happens. So I just hope that our impatience doesn't get us. In situations where they say there's an accident and people die out of fear and not really the injury they sustain. That kind of situation. I hope it doesn't become our portion. So yeah, it's really sometimes anxiety. It seeps in and you can't do anything about it because you're human. You remember you have bills to pay. You have so much to do and you run. You want to run from where you are. You want to do things that you're not even proud of doing. Some you're not even interested. Some you don't even have the strength. But you have to do what you got to do to make these things happen. And sometimes it leads us into the pit. So I hope we do not make that decision that would leave us regretting for the rest of our lives, or make decisions that would hinder the success, even hinder the miracle that ordinarily would have come to us if we had waited. So let's listen to the story and be encouraged.
The story of my life. When I was in Delta State Polytechnic Ogwashugu, during my first semester ND2, things became tough for my mom. It was so tough that I couldn't pay my school fees, my house rent, and my departmental dues. I had to come back home to stay with mom. Every morning, mom will wake up and be like, "Oh God, please provide for me." It became too hard that I called my mom one morning and I was like, "Mom, I hate to see you stress yourself this much. Instead of running up and down just because you want to see me graduate from school and help, there is no help coming from anywhere. Just be alive for me. Don't worry, I don't mind. Yes, I've already exhausted 1 year in school. It's fine, but let's just hope on God. If the money comes, fine. If it doesn't come, I'll stay. Whenever the money comes, I'll go back to school." Mom will cry. Mom was like, "Never say this word again. You've started school and you must complete it, even if it means selling any of my property." Oh God. It became very tough. I could remember staying at home one morning when my classmate called me and was like, "Uju, when are you coming back to school? We've already started our quiz." I was like, "You don't mean it." Hey God. Sometimes I travel from my house to school just to write quiz. But as God may have it, a week to my first semester ND2 exam, God provided. Yeah, He provided for my mom. So I had to pay my school fees that same day, paid my house rent, paid my department fees. I didn't get most of my textbooks and I didn't read much. I started writing my exams and I was like, "God, if it's your will, I have so much faith in you. I believe in what you can do. I believe in your miracles." So I was like, "God, please help me." So I wrote my exams. I wouldn't say that my result came out all that good, but at least I wasn't expecting to get what I got. I was expecting something lower than my grade, but our God is a miraculous God. So you see, I'm still here and my life continues.
Her mom was willing to sacrifice and she was also willing to sacrifice. It's just such a beautiful thing. It evokes pity. It makes you want to cry, but it's real and it's happening. And I'm glad they were able to handle it properly. No pressure. Sometimes pressure can ruin a lot of things. Imagine if she was on her mother's neck, or imagine if she was so scared she hadn't paid her school fees and then she wanted to do something really crazy, Well, miracles happen and we pray miracles come to us. Amen. The next story is, I think the last time I shared a story of a heartbroken young man. Now there is a lady. I think the heartbreak stories I share here all the time are from the guys. So today, a lady's heart was broken by someone she really, really loved. Someone she was willing to let go of something that might have ruined her life if she did. But thank God she didn't make the mistake. Her life continues every day, by the way. Let's listen to her own story too.
Some years back,
I met a guy. We started dating, and I was really in love with him then. But we were in the same place. It was kind of a long distance relationship, but we made it work. I trusted him, and he made me believe he trusts me too. So I told him everything about me, told him about my past. The relationship was very serious and I was loving it. It was actually leading to marriage. So one fateful day, I got a call from someone. The person told me her name and everything about the person that I'm in a relationship with. It turns out that he wasn't being honest with me. And to me, honesty is everything, because I try my best to be honest with whoever I'm in a relationship with. So I don't take it lightly when I find out that the person I'm in a relationship with is not being honest to me. She told me lots of things about him. She told me that she was also in a relationship with him. She told me the kind of life he was living where he is, because, like I said earlier, it was a long distance relationship. But he do visit and we made it work. Then I couldn't take it. I couldn't take all the things I was told. I was told that the life he's even living is not the life that he told me he was living. I couldn't just conclude based on what she told me. So I had to call him. When I called him, we talked normal, as if nothing was happening. I then told him about the girl that called me, and he was shocked. He had to cut the call and call me back again. When he called me back, it was like that. This isn't something that we'll discuss on phone, that you have to come back for us to talk about it. But I told him not to. That I can't be in a relationship with someone that I can't trust. You say you love me. I tell you about my past relationship. I know you were already in a relationship because you're not a little boy when we met. Personally, I was in a relationship, but because I fell in love with you, I had to cut the other relationship. And I gave you all my trust. I gave you my heart. Because when I love, I don't look back. I give it all I have. And you end up breaking my heart. Told him that I'll forgive you, but I can't trust you anymore. And I can't be in a relationship where trust doesn't exist. I had to cut it off. I didn't let him come to see me, so I didn't know if we would have worked it out. Because honestly, even though we had worked it out, it wouldn't have worked for me, because I wouldn't have trusted him. I'll be doubting every step and every move he takes. I'll be doubting it. So I felt I was better off without him in my life, because he won't enjoy the relationship anymore and I won't enjoy it anymore, because is now a suspect. Because telling me you love me and you have just me, but still, you still keep girls around you, even when having the guts to call me to know how serious the relationship is with them. She even told me that the guy promised her marriage. Oh, that even made me say that it can't even work. But I thank God that I had to find out early before going into deep into the relationship, because I was ready to spend the rest of my life with him. And I'm not one that when it doesn't work in the spending life together with aspect, I'll walk away. It's not in me. I will try to make it work, but since I found out in the earlier stage, it was better for me to just walk away. I still thank God because my life continues every day.
Wow, this is a lot. In fact, she told me that she was going to lose her husband, the person she's currently married to, because of this guy. Imagine what would have happened. Imagine the regret she would have lived with for the rest of her life. I'm glad she came out of it in one piece. I'm glad she's married now. I'm glad everything got sorted out when it was. I'm glad her life continues every day. And to every other person who, in one way or the other, is passing through this or has a similar story, I pray for the gift of discernment for you, because honestly, it really gets hard when you love somebody. Sometimes you do not want to believe the truth. It's not like you do not know the truth. You just don't want to believe the truth because you love this person and you don't want to hear anything put asunder between you and this person you love. So I just hope we get the gift of discernment to know at some point in time, or to know at the point where we should know that these people are not telling the truth, and maybe move or get the truth or know why it's happening. Okay? I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy she was able to survive this ordeal. And her life continues every day. That's it. Now, this is where I'm ending it today. And if you enjoyed this podcast, remember to share it with people around you. Let them know about my Life Continues Everyday podcast. We'll continue to wax strong by God's grace. But you have to help me out. You have to tell people about it. You have to share. You have to also give me feedbacks. I'd love to hear what you have to say. My name on social media, on Facebook and on Instagram, is Charlie Mandy, as in CharleyMandy, Charlie Mandy. You could also come through and share your story, just in case you'd want your story to be shared on this platform. Yup, we are always ready to share it on my Life Continues Everyday podcast. Now, till we meet again, may God bless you and may His angels protect you. I'm so sorry. I know I still sound sleepy, but it is what it is. Oh, I hope you don't leave me. Please don't leave me. Sure you will not leave me. God bless you. Oh, by the way, I am Amanda Elu. God bless you again and may His angels protect you.
I'm living a good life, no stress and no strife. Every day I keep moving up. Monday to Sunday, steady balling. If you can be one,